I want to thank everybody for tuning into this year's 2020 Best of Lawn Care YouTube Awards show. We have an action-packed event for you that we're going to be covering 20 distinct categories today and hopefully shed some light on the content creators who brought us the most joy in 2020. Now, as a little bit of a disclaimer, you have to understand I'm doing all this in jest. This is designed to be funny. This is in no way serious. I'm not intending to hurt anybody's feelings. If you are someone who is sensitive and likely to get your feelings hurt over this, then I would highly suggest go ahead and turning it off. But if you're purely open to a little bit of an attempt at entertainment and an attempt to make you laugh, then please continue on. And I hope you enjoy the video. Category number 1. This category is near and dear to my heart because I think it best represents the types of people that I end up surrounding myself with. These are the types of people that you end up out somewhere in the middle of nowhere and you wake up and you wonder, what am I doing with my life? And then you have to call, beg for forgiveness, and hopefully things will return back to normal. This category number 1, is going to be the most likely to end up in jail with. Now, I have to say that when I was planning this out, there was 2 people right at the top of my list. And I thought about narrowing it down to 1, but I said, you know what? It's so close. Let's just go ahead and ride with it with 2 people. The dual winners of this category are going to be number 1, Paul Outlaw, and number 2, the Neighbor Dominator. The Neighbor Dominator and I, we spent about an hour on the phone. Supposed to be about a 15-minute conversation, diving deep into those types of things that would likely allow us to end up in jail together. We had a distinct, fun, engaging, and oddly similar set of, ideals, principles, laughs, humor, everything that tend to go along with one another. Paul is one of those people that I met somewhere, maybe when I was in college or something else. And it's just, I really don't need to go into it a whole lot, but just understand that if Paul and I were to spend significant amounts of time outside of professional capacity together, we would end up in jail together. So I want to thank both of y'all for being the most likely to end up in jail with me. And congratulations. Now, this next category was a little bit difficult to put together because there were several people who could also win here. But when you really dial down into brass tacks and put check marks next to individual qualifiers for this category, I knew there was only one. This category is going to be the most likely in witness protection or has participated in a mob hit. And who I'm talking about specifically here is one who habitually makes sure to never reveal who they actually are. And number 2, would even consider producing lawn care content protecting who they are and where they live. Now, beyond that, not only do they protect themselves, I do know based on the accent alone where this person comes from. And so the winner of this category is going to be none other than Striper Man. Striper Man, congratulations, because without a doubt, no one can argue with me when I say you are the winner of the most likely to be in witness protection or have participated in a mob hit. Category number 3, I feel like is one of those categories that most lawn care creators feel like they're in this category, but they're nowhere near this category. Category number 3 is Mista Steal Yo Girl. When it came to choosing the winner of this category, again, I had a very, very narrow pool to choose from. Because when you start checking off the prereqs for this, there's just not many of us here that really fit the bill. Now, we could say, oh, well, that person works out, and oh, this person lost a bunch of weight, or whatever the case may be. But really what it comes down to, a Mista Steal Yo Girl has a certain personality quirk that you don't only trust your wife or your significant other around them, You also don't trust your uncle or your brother around them because you know they have the ability to go after whoever it is necessary. The winner of category number 3, which is Mista Steal Yo Girl, is the left tool. Now, this should not be shocking to anyone who has ever had a conversation with the left tool. The right tool is the younger, moderately better looking, super overly educated, and has a title in front of their name, might be a doctor or something of the sort. But listen, all of that is good and fun and great, and congratulations to you, Jordan. But we all know the left tool is the one who always won growing up. We all know in those conversations, the few of us that have had the ability to have a one-on-one with the left tool, you're left longing for more. You keep going back. You become a cyber stalker to get more left tool in your life. And that's why you, sir, deserve a congratulations for being the winner, the clear-cut, not even close winner of Mista Steal Yo Girl. Now, category number 4. I'm going to get serious actually here for a minute, and category number 4 is going to be the most likely to legitimately help someone. And I'm going to give a little bit of a background, a little interpersonal background story here. Growing up, I was taught to appreciate, and I did appreciate, and I do appreciate those that have served in the armed forces. And I was turned on to one of the founders of the SEAL teams, who his name was Richard Marcinko. And Richard Marcinko was an author, and he wrote several books like Red Cell and Green Cell and all these others. And I read them at a really young age, and I was fascinated and infatuated with them. And the story of how that went was I went to one of his book signings, and mind you, I'm the youngest person there by at least 30 or 40 years. I was in 3rd grade at the time. My mom took me, and it was very interesting because when I went to the front, and let me preface this by saying Richard Marcinko is not the kind of guy that smiles. He's not the kind of guy that tells a joke. He's very serious, very regimented, and everything he does is with purpose. Even when he's signing a name in a book, it's done so with purpose. And as I walked up, one of the first things he said to me was, do you know what your name means? And I said, no, I do not. And he said, Matthew means a child of God. And that's actually what he had also named his son. And it was interesting to me because I never told him my name. And it was actually something that even as we left, my mom commented to me. It was like, how did he know your name? And he actually wrote in the book, to Matthew. And so it always kind of stuck with me. And then as I progressed a little more through life, it's funny that the people I consider mentors and those who I strive to model my life after and be more like in my day-to-day activities have all actually been members of our armed forces. So I'm talking about like Corey Jeffries that I knew in Memphis and worked with for so many years. Just such an inspiration and just a cool-headed figure that I always wish I had that. And then like Neil Busher and his wife Amiko, just great friends of ours. And so I think it goes without saying that someone who is using their YouTube channel to do more on a long-term basis, and that's not to say that there are so many of us out here, myself excluded, I don't do enough of this, but there are people out there that do so much to use their platform to help others, and I think you'll see a reoccurring theme of that, and that is turf therapy. Robert Palmer does just a phenomenal job in the idea of using the green industry, everything from gardening to lawn care, to work with soldiers that may struggle adjusting, moving back to civilian life or whatever the case may be. But anyway, just above and beyond, if there's anybody who deserves that category, it's for sure you, Turf Therapy. So congratulations to you, sir. Now back to the less serious things. We're going to move into the next category, which is going to be the most disgruntled lawn care YouTuber. Now, when I was choosing this, I knew immediately who I had to pick for this, because there are so few people that not only build one successful lawn care YouTube channel, but multiple lawn care YouTube channels to ultimately not have them anymore. And so this, without a doubt, goes to none other than our friend Paul Castleberry. If you do not know who Paul Castleberry is, give him a little search. Type it into the YouTube search bar. You'll see a link to his channel as a winner in this category down below. A phenomenal content creator who has not built not one, but two wildly successful lawn care YouTube channels. And so you, sir, without a doubt, deserve the category of the most disgruntled lawn care YouTube channel. And I'm not talking about your personal attitude towards this. I'm just talking about how I would feel if I had built two of them and lost them both. Now, on to this next category, and I'm going to preface this with, if some of you may remember, some of you may not remember, but Negate Gate, the herbicide Negate. And so this category is going to be most likely to cause an ecological disaster. At first, my original plan for this was to I was gonna point and wag a finger at Jason G, but I don't think Jason is thinking more along the lines of ill will or actually trying to convey more than what he's actually putting out there. And so this would go more towards the execution and teaching of how to use a product called Negate. And the clear winner of this category is none other than the one, the only, How To with Doc. Congratulations, Doc. You deserve this. Now, this next category, keep digging yourself in a hole. This next category is for someone who has a silver tongue and can speak for minutes or hours or even days on end without really even telling you anything. This is going to be someone that is going to have stories for days that take you around in circles, so much so that you're more confused than when you actually started the conversation. This category is most likely to space travel without actually leaving Earth. And so when you're talking about this, I'm talking about those types of people that you can tell as you're talking to them, they are somewhere outside of our atmosphere belonging to planet Earth. They're star hopping, they're stargazing, they're floating around, perhaps in the International Space Station. Maybe they are their own satellite in their own orbit around Earth. But this category belongs to none other, the one, the only. Congratulations, sir, you are the winner, John Perry of Lawncology. Now, I have the next category here, and this is one that I could have gone many different ways with. But there was one person this year that I heard, and when I heard this, I knew immediately that was the worst thing I had ever heard. So much so, it freaked me out to the point that I actually had to stop their video and walk away and make sure I took the headphones off and had a conversation with someone else in my house that sounded a bit more normal. This category is going to be the worst accent in lawn care YouTube. And without a doubt, without argument, I don't care who you want to put in front of me, the worst accent of lawn care YouTube is Kenny Cooper. Congratulations, sir. You earned this. My next category belongs to the best accent of YouTube. And there weren't too many I could choose from here. Obviously, I could take a cheap shot and go after like Ben Sims because he's from Australia. You know, I could go after from someone in England or something like that. But that's not really fair because there's some guys out there that have you have to be more introspective to uncover the beauty of their accent. And the winner I chose here has roots in Canada, still lives somewhere in Canada, maybe, and is just oftentimes a downright bully. But the way they speak is oftentimes just so beautiful due to that accent they have. It is not what one would consider whiny. It is not what one would consider whiny or piney or annoying or gets in your it's not a nails on the chalkboard type accent. It is a pure, eloquent Connor Ward. Connor Ward, congratulations. You win the best accent of lawn care YouTube. Now, the next winner of this next category, let me just go ahead and give you the category. This next category is the most likely to tell you a dirty joke and 2 weeks later call you to make sure they did not hurt your feelings. This person I know on a very personal level, and he genuinely cares. He cares about so many different aspects of his life, and he's not one that I would necessarily call sensitive. No more sensitive than I would consider myself. But he cares more about everybody getting along and being a peacekeeper of sorts. And so the winner of this category is none other than the lawn care godfather himself, Mr. Allyn Hayne. Congratulations, Allyn, because I feel like we have actually lived out this category multiple times. This next category is, you see lots of things when you're watching lawn care YouTube videos. You're going to see people that are out there, you can pretty much follow the chart, right? We're making applications of this. Oh, we're leveling the lawn. Oh, we're doing another renovation. Oh, we're doing this. Oh, we're doing that. But there's certain people out there that just aren't afraid to sugarcoat the ups and downs and follies and successes and just really lay it on you for however things turn out. That's exactly how they turn out. And this category is going to be the most willing to sacrifice their lawn and not sugarcoat a complete and total disaster. I think there's only one thing that needs to be unpacked here, and the only thing that needs to be unpacked here is #dirt stripes. Yes, I am talking about Real O'Dad. Real O'Dad, without a doubt, is just not afraid to get out there and do or try anything in his lawn. Whether it's scalping rye 33 days after planting it, whether it's just going ahead and nuking the whole front yard and giving a whirl of something like, Bermuda grass right here in the middle of the transition zone, whatever the case may be. Mike is not afraid to attempt it, and if he does attempt it, no matter how bad it looks, he doesn't care. He's just going to put it out there because that is why he is Real O'Dad. Now, the next one is you get to know people on a personal level the longer you're involved in this community. And this next person, you find out they're a chef. I found out he's a chef at multiple restaurants. And I can't help but think about what kind of pressure they must be under right now, especially in 2020 in the year of coronavirus, and how much that actually impacted our restaurants and just the whole hospitality industry in general. And I've never, in the time that I've known him, I've never heard him complain. He always is willing to share what he's got on his menu, and his menu always just looks so phenomenal. And that's why I've designated this category as Best Cook and the Best Cook of Lawn Care 2020. And I'm telling you, we should get some cooking videos in here. And there are two chefs that I know very well, and the other one is not on YouTube, so I could not include you, Aldo. But this one goes to Izzy the Lunatic. Check his channel out in the link down below. and the like, and send them over a message and be like, Izzy, shoot us some cooking videos. I think we'd enjoy that. Now, there's always people who are going to be extremely full of themselves, and it doesn't matter what walk of life you're in. It could be whether it's at your workplace, whether it's at your church, whether it's at your collective group of people that play poker on the weekends, or whatever the case may be. Someone there is going to really see themselves as a shining star. Everybody has it, and there's nothing you can do about it. They just tend to operate that way. And of course, we have one of those people in the lawn care YouTube community. And it gets just downright annoying the further they take this. And it's just, sometimes you want to slap them and tell them to come back to reality, but how do you slap a shining star, right? So the category here is the person in the lawn care YouTube community who is most likely to go through life thinking they're more important than they actually are. And the winner for this category is the grass factor. I don't think anybody can argue with the results I don't think anybody can argue with these results. Without a doubt, the grass factor is the most full of himself, pompous asshole on YouTube. So congratulations to Grass Factor. You've done a great job this year of proving to everybody that you definitely, without a doubt, think you're way more important than you actually are. Congratulations, sir. On the opposite end of the spectrum, and I think this person deserves recognition because of just how poorly everything unfolded, but this category is the most likely to end up on the wrong side of an argument while trying to be fair. And this kind of goes back to Negate Gate, right? And over in the Lawn Discord, thelawn.discord.com, where you can go and you can jump in there. But in the Lawn Discord, there was a lot of banter back and forth. It may have been fair or not fair, and I don't want to get too inside baseball with it, but one of the people that was encouraging others to take a middle of the road approach and calm down, and then right as that middle of the road approach statement was made, unfortunately Negate Gate happened, and it sent everybody into a tizzy, and unfortunately they found themselves on the wrong side of an argument while trying to be fair, and that was Lawn Pusher. Push it to the limit. Lawn Pusher. It was the worst timing that could have ever happened for Negate Gate to unfold, and it was very unfair how that all unfolded out. But kudos to you for being middle of the road and attempting to rally the troops to be more fair in general. So you, sir, definitely without a doubt deserve to be the winner of that category. This next category is this is someone who's going to be worried more about your future than you are worried about your future, and the category here is going to be most likely to shoot lightning bolts out of their fingertips. And that's kind of an old adage to the old kind of Southern Baptist preachers that I grew up around, and you get out of line, and they've got the power to shoot lightning bolts out of their fingertips, and I think it goes without saying that if anybody has the type of relationship with the Lord to be able to shoot lightning bolts out of their fingertips, it is going to be the man, the myth, the legend, none other than himself, Pete with GCI Turn. Congratulations, Pete, and thank you for all your hard work in saving souls, good sir. This next one is going to be, and this is kind of, listen. I should have consulted with you this on the front end, but I didn't. But this person will be the least likely to be impressed. And I gotta say, just watching his videos and getting to know him personally, it's hard to get him excited about something. He's very, how would I say this? Not pessimistic. Pessimistic is not the word I'm looking for. I would never describe him as a pessimist, but just not overly excited about things or new things until it actually excites him, until he sees something about it that he could describe as excitable, that is worthy of his excitement. So the category of least likely to be impressed would be none other than GrassDaddy. Congratulations, GrassDaddy. You're a tough nut to crack, but It's a positive thing. Now we have an extra special category that wasn't quite up to snuff to make it in the main 2020 awards, but it does at least require mentioning. And this is going to be the award awarded to that person who is most likely to break into your house and watch you sleep until you wake up so they can ask you a question about their lawn. There's not very many people I could see the opportunity to win this award, but there was one that stuck out to me in particular. So I want to go ahead and recognize Ollie Poole for winning this reward single-handedly. Now, this next category is going to be the person who is most likely to be better than you at everything. And I don't think anybody can argue with me on this. And we can start checking off those things. They're very good looking. They have a beautiful family. They're probably stronger than you. They can probably lift heavier weights than you. They have a more successful career than you. They probably have cooler toys than you. Their house is prettier than yours. And they have an education that's greater than yours. And this is Jordan with a long tooth. It just is. The guy can clearly run 64 miles. He can swim 64 miles and then bike 164 miles and look better than when he started it. And it's not fair to the rest of us that failed in the genetic lottery and have ultimately denied ourselves the work it takes to be as superhuman as you are. So congratulations, sir. You win the category of most likely to be better than you at everything. Now, these last two here, we're down to our final two categories, and I think this one deserves a little bit of solemnity and serious. And this person is going to be most likely to make you fall in love. So, as you're browsing and working your way through lawn care YouTube at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're looking for one of those songs that just catches you, and you stumble upon their video and you're watching it and you're just like, it makes you want to fall in love all over again. And without a doubt, this is Ryan Knorr. Ryan Knorr, congratulations, sir. If it's not your music, it's your videos, it's your cinematography, it's your ryegrass in the front yard, it's whatever you got going on in the backyard. It's the way you adjust your white balance with your camera using a piece of paper to make sure everything filmed is as accurately color graded as possible. It's all of it that makes up you as you, and that's why you, sir, are the winner of the category of most likely to make you fall in love. Congratulations, Ryan Knorr. Now, the final and last category here, and the winner of the whole thing all together, end of story, bar none, is someone who I met, and I was stunned to see how easygoing they were when I met them. I did not meet them in 2020. I actually met them in 2019, but they weren't recognized then, so I feel like they deserve to be recognized. Now, it's very clear they put a lot of hard work into their content. I know that their knowledge that they have is exceedingly high, and in fact, it's someone who I oftentimes could easily teach me things hand over fist. And just watching the growth of their YouTube channel and the work they've put into it, that I'm going to designate this year's best lawn care YouTube channel of 2020 as Ben Sims, The Lawn Tips. Sir, you're an outstanding human being. You have a phenomenal yard. I really like your camera. You inspire me with the camera and all that fun stuff. But just watching the growth of your channel, the content you put out, you do a fantastic job, Ben. And you, sir, I don't think there's anybody that deserves this title more than you. So congratulations. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Again, if you got upset, I'm not really sorry. It wasn't intending to upset you, so it's going to be hard for me to apologize for it, but I hope you at least did get a little bit of a laugh out of it. So please stay tuned, stick around, because coming up next year, we're going to be doing the same thing. And I don't know, we'll probably encourage some voting from the viewers as well for all that to take place. But hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a fantastic, very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stay tuned, because coming up for the new year, we're going to be doing a big open group chat where I'm going to have all the viewers all live on the live stream with me, and we're just going to absolutely blow it out of the water. So have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We'll see you soon.